The Cowboys from Hell are still with me backstage at Donington 94. Vinnie and Dimebag are here. We're talking some more about Far Beyond Driven, and we have been talking about the success of the new record. But with success, as I'm sure you're beginning to realise now, come a whole new different set of pressures. Now, what are your experiences of those, and how are you dealing with them?
Well, obviously, more people want to be around you, more people want to come to the shows, more people want to do interviews, more people want to hang. They want a piece of what's going on more and more, and you just, you get less and less time to spend with each person. So that makes it really difficult in a way that, you can't be as personal as you want to. But we do our best to stay totally down to earth. None of us have changed, just the circumstances around us. And, we'll give everybody as much time as we can, without taking every bit of time away from ourselves,
Try to spend the time off, for yourself a little more, hanging out, doing some stuff away from just, huge crowds and hanging out all the time. That's what I've been into lately, and of course drinking some cold beer.
Of course, that goes without saying. And I guess Phil, as the focal point of the band, also, I'm sure he's beginning to realise that people are now kind of looking at you under a microscope and analysing everything that you say and do.
Yeah. Well, it's people have done it before, but now there's new people doing it. People in, larger syndications or TV shows and stuff, and, they get a very misconception of the band because they take a brief look at it and they make their judgments real quick without really, studying and finding out what we're really like, So that's kind of a bummer, but hey, too bad.
We ain't no different now than we were 5 years ago, Oh, what is that necklace you're wearing?
Right.
Ain't nothing happening.
I think it's great if you can rely on the friendships within the band as well, just so that you always know, keep your feet on the ground and stand together.
Right. This is a band, that's the most important thing about it, it takes all four of us to do what we do. We all four write the songs, we all four participate in all of it, and I think that's one of the things that the audience really likes when they come see us. They know he's going to be playing guitar. It ain't somebody else, it's not like we're going to hire somebody next week or there's going to be a different singer or somebody up there. It's Pantera, the four guys that you know now.
Yeah, the four guys we know and love here at Headbangers Ball. Now, you guys, you're one of the few bands, and this is something else that I really admire you for, you're one of the few bands that actually stand up and say, we are heavy metal, because that seems to be a real uncool thing to say at the moment. Now, I just think that's all part of the honesty of the band, that you're prepared to stand up and be counted.
Well, you can hear our stuff, you can hear one note and it's Pantera. We grew up on, heavy metal roots, Black Sabbath, Judas Priest, British Steel,
English metal, the English stuff, the good old stuff, Iron Maiden, all that good stuff, man.
All the bands that have played here, in fact.
There you go.
Back to the categorizing stuff, though, whatever.
Those are our roots, those are our roots, and that's what we are, It's kind of cool to claim you're something else. Alternative's in right now. It's really cool to claim your alternative. You get a built-in audience when you claim that, but, we're heavy metal, and we're not ashamed to say it. That's what we do.
Good. Now, we'll talk a little bit quickly about the current single, 5 Minutes Alone, and there is a fantastic video which you saw on Headbangers Ball last week, and I really like all the guitar, the strings bending. That's very good.
That's your boy's concept right there, his
Brilliant.
concept.
Now, why you included some badges with that single to make it ineligible to be included on charts. Now, why did you do that?
Now, what did we include? The badge.
No, on the single format, there were some badges included.
Oh, there's actually some badges?
Yes.
I don't know.
We didn't even know about it.
Hey, wait a minute. We live in the United States. We don't know nothing about what the record company does over here. Fill me in.
It was made it ineligible for inclusion on the charts, so I just wondered if there was some kind of important statement
Ineligible?
there.
Nah, I don't know. As long as people like it, that's all that matters.
But The Badge is your cover version of the Poison Idea classic, which is on The Crow, which is #1 album in America this week as well.
We've had 2 #1 records this year.
So whose idea was to do that?
Phil's idea.
Yeah.
It's like on his jam tape that we warm up to backstage, and he said, man, we got to cover that song. I listened to it, and I said, we could do that,
It's got a real good old punk hardcore vibe to it. We did that whole thing in about 6 hours, knocked it out, left it raw and straight up, and it's cool.
Engineered and mixed the whole thing.
It was fun.
Do it and get out.
We did it and it's done. We might even start doing it in the set since the record's actually doing good.
I'd like to, man. A lot of kids said a lot of stuff about it,
Okay, well, you mentioned there, I think, that you're coming back to Europe in September. That's going to be a headlining scenario.
Yeah, when we leave here, we do our first arena headline tour in the States. We've got Sepultura, Biohazard, and Prong supporting us. awesome bill. When we come back to Europe in September, hopefully we'll be able to bring something equally as strong. I know we're doing a couple festivals in Germany and maybe one up in Holland or something like that. So look for us September and October all over Europe. Very extensive tour.
Excellent. Okay, well, you're about to go on stage in just half an hour or so. So final thoughts as you prepare for Donington Meltdown.
It's nice and rainy, it's nice and cold, but that ain't gonna slow us down. We're gonna get up there and heat this mother up.
Light it up! Go through it!
Those guys said it. Well, thanks very much to Vinnie and Dimebag. It's always a pleasure to talk to you guys, and well done on the record, well deserved indeed. And we're going to see a little bit of Pantera live at Donington right now for you, and then after that we're going into another short break, and you should stay tuned because we're going to be very shortly bringing you all the action from the new talent stage headlined by the Wild Hearts. So check out Pantera live at Donington and stay tuned for some new talent debuting here at Donington 94. See you later. You'll see these guys on tour in September. Good luck.
Thanks.